Hey guys, welcome to Nerd Locker Podcast, your entertainment podcast for everything movies, television, video games, and more. My name's Adam.
Oh, God. What's my name?
Oscar.
Which one? I'm Oscar today?
Oscar.
And Oscar is here.
So you have to act differently the entire episode.
I'm Oscar.
All right. Oscar is bisexual, I guess. Okay.
I don't know.
So
you said it. I didn't.
You decided to give me the option.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You said you decide.
Yeah, I did the voice.
I gave you the Oscar.
I did the voice.
I said Oscar.
I didn't say it was bisexual. I just did the voice. Damn, dude. Get him.
Get him. All right, guys. We are talking about Deadpool 3. Well, Deadpool and Wolverine trailer got released a couple days ago. Guys, holy fucking shit.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, as they said, let's fucking go.
Fucking go.
Dude, okay, so we open up, we get Logan, Wolverine. Okay, guys, first off, full spoilers for everything ahead. I'm not even going to give, this is your only warning. If you don't want to watch this, don't watch it, but I'm about to fucking spoil the shit out of so many things. Okay, so.
And there it goes, everybody.
Open up, boom, Wolverine at the bar. It's definitely a Canadian bar. It reminds us of the Insomniac game. We have Deadpool coming up saying, "Hey, Peanut," which, funny enough, is the name that Ant-Man gives to his daughter. Mm-hmm. So a lot of this seemed ADR, especially when it comes to Deadpool stuff, because like, Deadpool, you don't see his mouth move, so you could put whatever you want there.
What do you think Ryan Reynolds said?
I don't know. We'll find out. But so essentially he comes in and tells Wolverine, like, "Hey, you got to help me, and if not, I'll put a fucking bullet in your head," to which Wolverine leans in and says, smiling,
fucking
like,
do it.
"Go ahead."
Yeah.
And we learn that this version of Wolverine let his whole world die. We get this from the trailer with the TVA agent Paradox saying this. And a lot of people had some theories. I'm going to put up my theory mainly for the fact of if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm not, I'm not. Whatever. I'll do a Bean Boozled if I'm wrong in July. But I believe that this Wolverine is the same Wolverine from Days of Futures Past. So I think that that Wolverine, and specifically from Days of Futures Past, has the timeline of the Wolverine and everything else. Like, the haircut looks very similar, everything like that. I definitely think that this stems either from that one or the Wolverine, one or the other. Like, in that time realm, that's where this Wolverine comes from. So I think he's definitely from a Fox universe that we just haven't seen fully yet. Mm-hmm. And we know we have Kelsey Grammer Beast, so like it could be from that universe, but I still think that still lends into the Wolverine / Days of Future Past universe. So I think that's where we're going to. So this is a Wolverine we have seen, which will make, because going back to this, like, if you do a whole complete new version of this character, you don't have to watch anything else prior. Okay. And I think they want people to watch things prior, especially Deadpool 1 and 2. They probably want to at
probably
least
Origins
incorporate. No, I think that this is going to give you, this is going to make X1, X-Men 1, X2.
And X3, I think, too.
No, I think it's going to make Days of Futures Past canon because of
but Days of Future Past
and Wolverine, I think. The Wolverine, Days of Future Past, plus the first 2 X-Men movies.
And a little bit of Logan.
A little bit of Logan, maybe some First Class. They're definitely staying away from X-Men 3 because they retcon that in Days of Future Past with Jean Grey being alive.
That doesn't...
So X3's gone, guys. X-Men Origins is also gone because Deadpool went back and killed that version of Deadpool. Yeah. So that's also done as well. And that's another thing, too. He said, when I come back, I'm going to ask you for something. So I think that's what it is. I think it's that specific timeline. So it's definitely Origins inspired, but without the Deadpool ending part of it. So it's like Logan never had the memory wipe.
Okay.
So it's like that kind of thing. He never got shot by the adamantium bullet from Stryker in that battle. So that's what I think we're going with. I think that's where we're going to stem off of, to retcon Origins Wolverine, touch on Logan, ignore all of the X-Men stuff except First Class, because we have some characters. We had cameos. I can go over those cameos real quick. We have Toad, we have Sabretooth probably, we have the Russian, we have Azazel, we have Lady Deathstrike, and we have Pyro. So we know all of those characters are there, and they all have perished at some point. So them being dead and this being a thing, I think they're all pulled from different points in those timelines. And then we get some pretty big reveals in that scene. But before we get there, we have a lot of extra scenes of Deadpool and Wolverine fighting, where Deadpool is fighting Wolverine and Wolverine like stabs him in the crotch.
Dude, that was nuts.
Right? And then Deadpool like gets him in the sides and shit. So we get like a lot of violence in this movie, and we get a lot of foreshadowing to what this version of Logan is. And I'm very excited to see where we're going because we get the no sleeves look without the armor pads, but it
Which is
definitely
cool.
looks like. Okay,
And no
so
mask too.
yeah, so guys, we are not reviewing X-Men 97 for a couple of reasons. The two main reasons is number one, if I know Oliver hasn't watched the original, I haven't watched it since back then, so like I have not rewatched it, so I cannot tell you exactly what happened. I was a child, so I've been watching the new one. So I'm gonna minorly spoil it right now. So if you haven't watched, go ahead. But I think that right now in the show they just killed off Magneto and they just killed off Gambit, and I think Gambit's gonna be a Horseman of the Apocalypse for like Mr. Sinister and the Apocalypse shit like that.
It's kind of cool.
But I think they get into an incursion. I think Cassandra Nova is the villain in X-Men 97, which would end up being cool if she's the same Cassandra Nova that we see in Deadpool 3. So that would mean the animated series is coming over to live action.
Okay.
Which would mean, in theory, guys, this is all I'm saying. I don't know this, not confirmed, just a rumor, just my rumor, essentially. I think that when James Gunn inadvertently said, we're going to combine animation, video games, and live action together into one full continuity, I think Marvel's like, fuck it, we're going to do it the same thing. So that's why they made Marvel Animation like a new studio logo in front of the X-Men 97. I think that's the Wolverine we're seeing, is the one from the 97 series. I think that's going to be the plot twist.
That's going to be cool.
And that would explain the comic accurate costume and blah, blah, blah. So there's that. And then we get some bigger cameos from MCU specifically. But before we get to the MCU cameos, here's a word from our sponsor. Let's talk about data breaches. You know how creepy it is to get ads that are like way targeted?
It's absurd. I literally got a text the other day and it just said, "Hello, Oliver. How are you today?" I'm like, I don't know you. How do you know my name? What's happening?
I sometimes respond and I'm like, who is this? And they're like, nah.
They're like,
they don't respond back at all. Yeah. I also get like weird Instagram ads, things like that. It's so weird. And the thing is, like, these data brokers, they have your full name, your address, your email, and your health records. And they sell it all for like $1, dude. Quick dollar.
Honestly, so that's why I started using Aura. It's like a superhero for your privacy. It's great. It's amazing. It scans the dark web for your information that's being sold, and then bam, automatically opts you out of those shady websites, so you don't get those really creepy messages that I definitely don't like. You get less spam, and that's just the beginning. Like, having your info out there makes you a target for hackers who could also just crack into your social media, bank accounts, and the whole nine.
Really? Huh. Well, you know, the thing is with Aura, they go above and beyond just privacy, though. They also have VPNs, they also have antivirus, and they have a password manager, like, you know, someone that doesn't forget.
What?
They even have parental controls and identity theft insurance. It's all pretty good. And not only that, it just keeps it simple instead of all those different apps that you have to download and stuff like that.
It's really, really annoying. But look, I know you might already have some of these features covered, but think of it like this. Aura has 24/7 security. That's like the whole week and then some hours. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's like all the hours.
Yeah, that's all the hours.
It's basically a 24/7 security guard working tirelessly in the background so you can browse, game, and stream with a peace of mind.
It's honestly one of the best services, guys, especially for different things. Instead of all the malware protection, you get your own VPN service, all that stuff in one.
You get VPN?
And VPN, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, honestly, with all that, you can get it's all for an affordable price too. But if you guys want to try it out, you guys can go to aura.com/nerdlocker and you guys can get a 2-week free trial to try it out and see exactly how it is. It's going to change everything for you guys. It was crazy how much of my stuff is on the dark web.
Less spam.
It's so much on the dark web, guys. They have all the information that you can even think of. Like, just do yourself a favor, make your online life a lot easier with aura.com/nerdlocker. Down below, get a 2-week free trial.
2-week free trial, huh?
Yep.
I like
14 days.
14 whole. Yeah, you got 14 fingers over there?
10 and 4. 14.
That's not 4. You just did this.
Pick number 3, my lord. And we're back. So the next thing is cameos from the MCU characters. So we have the corpse. The biggest one, obviously, for metaphorical reasons and real reasons, is the corpse of Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. The head opening up, and
Yeah.
there's a skull inside.
So that's
I
where
was really confused about
yeah,
that.
it kind of seems like Cassandra Nova has made base inside of this body of Ant-Man, which is not the first time we've seen someone make a home inside of a skull, where we have that one nowhere with the Celestial. But damn, that's fucked up. And we don't know if it's
kinda
Hank
cool,
Pym
though.
or Scott Lang. What is like? Here's another thing. Okay, so I went out and said this is the X-Men of Wolverine. So I'm gonna let you have a little bit of a bet. It's an innocent bet.
Let's
you
do
never
it.
know.
What do you got?
Take a shot. Do you think this Ant-Man is Hank Pym or Scott Lang?
Honestly,
And this is a bean on the line. That's all.
wait, a bean?
Yeah. In July.
Oh.
After this movie comes out. We don't know. You have literally a 50-50 shot.
Okay,
here.
okay. I'm gonna say Scott.
You're going to say Scott? Paul
I'm gonna
Rudd?
say Scott.
You
Yeah,
think that's
Paul
who it
Rudd.
is? Not Michael Douglas?
Yeah, dude. I saw the
Yeah.
butt on that buddy. So
Okay. Honestly, I could see where you're coming from.
yeah, it's got a
All
Paul
right.
Rudd butt.
Yeah.
You know.
I won't join in on the bet, but I do agree with you. I think it's Paul Rudd, mostly for the fact that I don't think Michael Douglas would because there might be some kind of cameo to it. Like, how did that happen?
It's so weird. Like
I don't think Michael Douglas would come in for that unless they paid big money for one.
I don't
scene.
think they will. I think they'll.
I
just
think
do
we've seen a lot of theories of where it's from the Battle of Wakanda,
Endor,
Battle of Earth kind of thing.
Endor
Yeah.
too. They do a little
That's
bit of snippets.
that's the biggest he ever got. So that would make that
Right.
would make sense.
Yeah.
You know? So it could be pruned from that. We've seen a lot of things with Loki and Yellow Jacket, Easter egg with the helmet, which we've talked about before, all the way back then with Loki. But I think this definitely looks like a different Void than what we've seen, though.
Right.
We've seen more grass, desolate. This is very desert,
Yeah, there's not
Yeah.
really much going on. I know I think we pointed out that Hugh Jackman has suffered from skin cancer before.
Yeah, so Hugh
he
Jackman
had the
definitely
sleeves
he has the
in the
sleeves,
beginning.
which makes his arms look kind of weird. I don't think he's when he's sleeveless, it still looks odd. He might be wearing some kind of coating to still cover.
That's what I was
depending
thinking.
on if those were indoor or outdoor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
But I know he was concerned about that.
But
and
we
then
do see
later
a
on,
shot-
in a shaded shot, he has sleeveless.
yeah, and then we do see in a shot from the same set where they're at. We see Dogpool with Deadpool licking Deadpool.
Right.
And the thing exploding, which when it comes to explosives, that's normally indoor shots. So I would assume that was all shot indoors.
Can we go over that? Dogpool?
Dogpool
What is that?
is in a dog universe, Deadpool.
You're kidding.
No, just like Alligator Loki,
So dog can die?
dog can die and come back, kind of like Deadpool.
Yo. Wait, Dog Hero?
Yeah. Deadpool, but as a dog. Just like
Is
Alligator,
this like a whole comic book thing,
Alligator
or?
Loki was Alligator version of Loki, but
Right.
still Loki. Same shit.
I still don't understand how that works.
I don't know if
love it.
they're. I
just don't.
I don't
understand how it
necessarily know.
works.
Maybe I'm incorrect, but I think they're from the same universe.
Dude,
So just animals.
What are we doing with humans?
as
Fuck them. Let's
superheroes.
just make movies about animals.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like Zootopia for Marvel.
Essentially. So I don't know if I don't think the dog's gonna talk. It might be subtitles of whatever the dog says.
Long as fuck tongue, though.
You know,
I gotta point that
yes,
out. Yeah.
very true. So we get to see that. So there was a lot of cameos that we see throughout this, and then we know that from the CinemaCon footage, Thor is supposed to be involved in this as well. We know from their first trailer footage that we have the Avengers scene and everything. So we're gonna get a lot of cameos, probably so much more than we've seen. I fully believe that they Marvel I've said it so many times, but they legitimately sat down on a table and said, what movies are we going to release in 2024?
Mm-hmm.
And they all unanimously agreed, Deadpool, that's it.
Yeah.
One fucking movie.
It's gonna
is
fucking rake
enough
in. It's gonna rake in.
Yeah, to rake in the whole fucking year.
It's gonna rake in. Dude.
Before this, guys, they were literally pumping out 3 to 4 movies a year.
A year, right. So let me ask you something.
And made maybe a little bit over $1 billion altogether.
What was the last Marvel movie you were excited about?
Honestly,
let's say like a 1 to 10. How excited were you about the last Marvel movie?
The last Marvel movie, which was what was the last Marvel? Was it the Marvels? Yeah, I think it was the Marvels.
Yeah.
I would say I was about a 6 out of 10.
6. Now, how excited? Okay, what about Deadpool 2? How excited were you for Deadpool 2?
Honestly, when it came out in 2018, I was pretty excited. I think I was like a 7 out of 10.
7? What about right now?
Right now, dude, bro, I'm at a fucking 15.
You got
out
a
of
full
10,
you got a full boner over there.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Okay, the last movie that came out in 2023
Was that the Marvels?
Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I think it was the Marvels.
Excluding TV shows.
Yeah, the Marvels. So that was the latest movie. But before that, the thing I was most excited for out of everything Marvel last year was Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Okay.
And that definitely did not disappoint. And Loki for TV shows. I was very excited for Loki. Shows. And that also did not disappoint.
Right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how big is your boner?
Very fucking big.
Dude,
I want this movie so... Like, this
movie... I can't look you in the eye right now.
It's more for the fact that this is a little bit over 2-hour movie. They've already confirmed 2 hours, 10 minutes. And in 2 hours and 10 minutes, you expect every Marvel fan that has been planted for the last 10 plus years to watch this and be like, yo, I'm good for the rest of the year. Yeah. Like, I waited half a year to do this, and I can wait another half of the next. Like, that's how confident they are. And I'm going to take that not just with a grain of salt, but more of like, I trust you guys enough to know that you've heard everything negative all of 2023.
I believe that.
Ant-Man 3, fucking the Marvels, what was the other thing that came out? Secret Invasion. You know, What If and Guardians were the only two things that were successful last year.
Was Love and Thunder in that mix?
No, that was 2022. Okay. So, What If and Guardians were the two highlights of last year in 2023, which did make them a lot of money, but they're fucking banking, dude. And the thing is I hope it's successful, because if it's not, it's the end of the MCU. Like, I don't see not the end of the MCU like right away, like they're gonna cancel every movie, but they will make Secret Wars.
Let's just say they're putting all their chips on red right now for this year.
Yep. They're banking that Deadpool's going to make more than enough money
to fucking coincide with the entire.
But the thing is, I do think they're going to release What If, because they did release Echo this year, and they're going to release What If season 3 at the end of the year. So they're definitely going to have some extra money from the Marvel properties per se.
Yeah.
But they definitely think Deadpool is what needs to happen.
Right.
And that's fine. Like, it's going to have enough cameos. It's going to have enough what the fucks, enough everything that needs to happen to really branch off the multiverse, as well as retcon all the fucking loose plot ends, which includes, because this is another thing, and I'm going to try to end it on this. One big thing that no one really has thought about is every single actor, including Hugh Jackman, Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, plus the first class people, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender.
Right.
They were all under contract till 2025 as actors within the X-Men universe.
That's interesting.
Which is why they haven't announced an X-Men movie. But Disney bought the rights to Fox, which means they bought those contracts out.
Right.
Which means they don't necessarily need to re-sign if Disney doesn't ask them to, or if they don't want to. But it's until 2025, you're ours. Because we pick up what Fox had. Which means under contract, they can get, obviously, Ryan Reynolds back and Hugh Jackman they have. Right. But they can also get back all the Azazel characters. That's why there's so many cameos. Because technically, every fucking person that was under the X-Men banner was under contract till next year. So they obligated to be in this movie. So they could pull whoever the fuck they want.
Yeah, that's kind of fucking nuts.
Yeah, anyone they want, they could pull. So this makes the cameo so much bigger. It also tells you what did Fox also have, because Fox didn't just have X-Men, it also had Daredevil. Maybe that's why Jennifer Garner's coming back and Ben Affleck.
Right, yeah.
Because they were technically under contract for this long. Which means that Marvel was very overzealous back in the day in the early 2000s, where they're like, nah, this is going to go on for a while. And they just kept fucking up multiple times to the point where Iron Man was successful. They're like, okay, we're going to go with that.
Yeah, we can push forward.
But that also rains credence to the thing I've talked about, where Ghost Rider, Daredevil, Spider-Man, that was supposed to be a ground level, and Punisher was supposed to be a ground level Avengers that they were trying to make in the early 2000s that never went forward.
Right, yeah.
Because the last thing that came out was Ghost Rider, the first one, in 2007, and then a year later they released Iron Man, which again can be very grounded, but instead of branching him into what was already established, they made a new universe out of Iron Man.
Okay. Oh my god.
Because I think Robert Downey Jr., I think the original idea was to incorporate him into the Ghost Rider, Daredevil,
Really?
Punisher, Spider-Man universe because he was still grounded, and Spider-Man and Iron Man are so intricate that it still would have worked. But again, Iron Man doesn't have to be space level. He can be ground level for a while. So I think that's what the original intention was. But then when Iron Man was so successful, they're like,
yeah,
fuck it. And they had, because think about it, the original ending of Iron Man was Nick Fury coming to Robert Downey Jr. This can be found online. There was a deleted scene, a retake of the ending scene, where instead of him being like, oh yeah, like there's a bunch of people like, or now I have someone that's can't play well with his toys, making the Avengers Initiative. The original line was, if gamma accidents, radioactive bug bites, and assorted mutants weren't enough, now I have some guy that can't play with his toys. So Kevin Feige intended for X-Men, Spider-Man, and Hulk to be incorporated into this world, and Iron Man was the fourth thing into it. So Maguire, Eric Bana Hulk, because remember, Incredible Hulk came out after Iron Man.
That was after.
So Eric Bana Hulk and all of the X-Men 1 through 3 were supposed to be canon in Feige's head to this Iron Man.
Damn.
And it never worked out.
That's
because
crazy.
Sony and Fox didn't play nice.
That's crazy.
So his original idea was to incorporate everyone. Now he finally gets his fucking time.
To be fair, Sony doesn't play nice with anybody.
No, but now it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Now everything's incorporated. Kevin Feige finally gets the playground he wants to play in.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for this.
That is fun.
That's why my boner's so fucking big. So I'm like,
yeah,
this is
dude.
literally what you wanted
can you just,
20 years ago.
Can you like blur it or something? Or
No. Look at it and love it.
No, I'm looking in your eyes.
Where can they find you?
You can find me at the Sphere 21 on any social media platform except for TikTok. I'm Oliver Khan VA, which may or may not last for the next 9 to 12 months.
We'll talk about that next time. And you can find me at AMR Photography. You can find this studio, Archangel Studios Official. And you can find this podcast at Nerd Locker Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
All right. We're going to go masturbate. Bye.